Welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball Expansion Franchise right here on 3 Up, 3 Down. We are ready for season 2, so we got to get you all caught up. I've done the off-season, off-camera. We need to tell you all about how season 1 finished. The Gulls, our Sylvan Lake Gulls, went 71-91. Not good, but given it's the first year, not bad. Unfortunately, the New York Yankees swept themselves right to the World Series and won the 2026 World Series. That's not so fun. And as you know me, I am not a Yankee fan, but it is what it is. We did have 3 guys that went for 20 home runs. Joey Loperfido, who, if he hadn't been hurt, would have been our all-star. Logan O'Hoppe, who really stepped up the second half and played some DH along with catcher. And our third guy was Ernie Clement. So heading into the offseason, we made some big-time moves. There wasn't a lot in terms of free agency, but you'll see that I've established, I think, a pretty solid bullpen through free agency, and we have made some deals to hopefully bring some pop to this lineup. Of course, we did meet some goals last season. We have a top 20 prospect, actually 2, Nelson Rada, who's now going to start a year with the Gulls as our center fielder, as well as Rock Chalowski. Apparently it's Rock, not Roche, so I apologize for that. Rock Chalowski, our number 1 overall pick from last year in the amateur draft. We picked him up as well. He's going to be playing a double-A to start this season, our number 1 overall pick. He is a top 20 prospect for us as well. Hopefully we can develop a few more guys to fit into that criteria and move our minor league system up and up, up. Bad news, Ron Washington, our manager, did resign. He retired. So unfortunately, that's not going to work out. So we've had to rejig things in terms of our management, and it's not really working out so well. So we'll see what we can do in that regard. So let's jump into it. Let's see what I've done and set us up for season 2. So taking a look here, you can see we have made a ton of changes. First off, we made a big-time deal, sending out some prospects like Casey Hunt and Saul Teron, and we brought in starter Rhett Lauder. I really like the idea of 46 overall, 58 potential from Rhett Lauder. Struggled in the major league level so far, but you know he's going to get some run with us. So Rhett Lauder is now a Gull. Some other moves we've made, we brought in, sent out Tyler Fitzgerald, and we brought in Tyler Holton. Tyler Holton should fit into our bullpen fairly well. He's pitched very, very well for Detroit. I think it just adds us another piece into our bullpen, try to lengthen that out. That's where our focus has been in the offseason in terms of pitching. We also brought in Munetaka Murakami. Yes, in this simulation, he led Major League Baseball with 204 strikeouts, but he had 105 walks. He had 31 home runs, 80 ribbies. The OPS plus sat right on league average. So we're bringing some thump to the lineup, and that is the purpose of bringing in Murakami, and it did not cost us much at all. Reliever Jose Corneli and Jose Chirino. It's just nobody that was really going to make a big difference for us. And we had to move up a bunch of guys because our Rule 5 pick, our 40-man roster filled up so quickly this year. We just had to take some chances. And Munetaka Murakami is going to be our new DH. We've inked Pete Fairbanks to be our closer. 4 years, I believe, at just over 7. Let's double check. Yes, just over $7 million a year. There's a vesting option for that 4th year. So really 3 years. We'll see what happens here. But he is going to be our closer. He's been very, very good in these sims as well. So hopefully he can be established themselves in the back end of our bullpen. We added Chris Martin on a 1-year deal for $2.2 million, although he is currently hurt. He got hurt in spring training, so he's out for 6 to 7 weeks that way, as you can see there. We've also added, there's the news on Fairbanks. We've added Slade Caldwell from Arizona, another outfielder, prospect, 35 overall, 50 potential in terms of a prospect there. He's going to start at Double-A. Hopefully he can advance through our system there. We made a deal with the Giants. We brought in Luis Matos as well, another prospect, 42 overall, 51 potential. Still working it out in Triple-A for us right now, but Luis Matos adds a little depth to our system. And we just was basically, this was a move for Gabe Spire, just trying to strengthen our bullpen. We added Graham Ashcraft on a 1-year deal to our bullpen, as a 2-year deal actually for him, just $1.5 million basically per season. So he should help out in the pen. He's been very good as well, 46 overall, 46 potential, but just establish yourselves there. We added Adrian Morejon to our bullpen. Again, just working it through, just over almost $3 million a year for Morejon on average. Another 28-year-old reliever, just adding to our depth. He's been decent, not so good last year with San Diego in the sim, but we'll see what brings us there. We signed Alex Gonzalez, which is a prospect, a big one for us there. So he's in our system. And Eduardo Robles as well that works through our system. So they've added some. These are guys that came in through the amateur or free agent, international free agents there. So 2 guys from the international free agency as well to add to our system. Hopefully in the next few years, we'll see what happens there. So taking a look at what we've got here, let's take a look at the pitching staff. Starting rotation looks very similar. Bryce Miller, Will Warren, Mick Abel. We've added Rhett Lauder and Max Meyer we picked up off of waivers. Bullpen looks a lot stronger. Pete Fairbanks is going to be our closer. Dylan Ross, who had a very good finish to last season for us, and Adrian Morejon are going to be our setup men. We have middle relievers, Braden Fisher, Graham Ashcraft, Eric Sabrowski, who was so good for us last season, and Tyler Holton, with Ryan Weathers moving into our long relief. So I really, really like what we've developed here in terms of the bullpen. Hopefully that'll help us win a few more games. In terms of the lineup, we added Harry Ford's back at catcher, Joey Loperfido, Ryan Mountcastle is another guy who had 20 home runs last year, actually. Munetaka Murakami, Ernie Clement, Nacho Alvarez Jr. is going to be our third baseman of a prospect who had a very good year with AAA last season. Nelson Rada, one of our top prospects, is going to start in center field. Javier Sanoa is going to start second, and Dylan Beavers is going to be in right field. He's going to platoon with Dylan Cruz. The Dylans are going to take over that spot. Hopefully, we make things work out there. Loperfido is a little dinged up for opening day, but not too bad. Logan O'Hoppe is going to be in some catching spots as well as DHing as well. So I like what we've added that way. As far as AAA, in terms of our prospects, we do have Gabriel Gonzalez, who's going to be out here in AAA. We get some higher potentials coming. Gabriel Gonzalez, Luis Matos, and Angel Hanoa are kind of the guys here at AAA. We got some pitching depth as well. Chase Dollander is going to start in the minors. Wellington Herrera as well. These guys will be kind of the first ones up. Owen Murphy's developing there as well. So we have some promise coming at AAA. AA, it's kind of a lost cause at this moment. A lot of guys, but nothing really, really star potential in terms of the pitching. It's the hitting with Rock Chalosky and Slade Caldwell are the 2 guys we're really trying to push there, along with Nathan Flewelling. Nathan Flewelling is the guy we're really trying to promote, and hopefully he can become a catcher for us one day. He struggled last year in AA, but he's back to repeat it this season. As far as Rock, last year, 144 OPS plus at AA, 8 homers, 21 RBIs, 262 average, 364 on base, 557 slug, does everything that we've been asking from. Very, very good defensively as well. So he should move very quickly through the system, probably at AAA at some point in time in the near future. The other guy to talk about in terms of pitching, where is he, is Tugboat. Where is Tugboat? Tugboat was just recently dealt at time recording to the Giants. He is in our system. We have added Matt Wilkinson. Of course, played with the Okotoks Dogs in the Western Canadian Baseball League, so we've added him. He's getting going at AAA for us, as long as with Nathan Flewelling. We're just mentioning him. He actually did play with the Sylvan Lake Gulls in the Western Canadian Baseball League. He's our starting catcher at AA. High A ball, not a lot to talk about there, pitching or lineup-wise, except for Kai Fike, who was a draft pick from last season. Fort Mac has got a draft pick, Aiden Knack in terms of the rotation, as well as Sean Finn. Lineup-wise, it is weak. It is what it is. Our rookie league team, the Energy City Cactus Racks, we've got Alex Gonzalez, who's been promoted from the international scene, our free agent there. Eduardo Robles as well. We added Sean Dunlap as a catcher who was a draft pick last year. He's only 18 as well. So we've got some promise starting at rookie ball once they get going, as well as starter Sean Duncan, who's only 18 years old as well. So there is some promise coming lower down in the system. As for our front office, our personnel now, our new manager is Eric Gillespie. We'll see how that works out for us. We've had to do a little bit of changing around there, so we'll see what can happen. Who knows what's going to happen? Our staff roles aren't as good as I'd like them anymore, so we may be making some changes along the way. In terms of our ownership in the goals, we want to play close to 500 ball. They want us to acquire a power hitter. We did acquire Murakami, so hopefully that fits that. We have to improve our staff cohesion. They're content right now. Cohesion is a little lacking, but we got a couple of years to do that, which helps. They want us to improve our record in road games. We weren't very good last year, so hopefully we can do that. Our amateur fines are a work in progress, but we've got some time, and we're, of course, trying to build up to reach the playoffs. So without further ado, let's get into year 2 and get things going. We are not going to go through opening day this year. We did it last time with Texas. We want to do our home opener, so let's do a little simming and get to our home opener and see what we can do there. Looks like our home opener comes for a little ways away, as we're also going to find out the draft pool announcement, and we will be opening an opening day on our home opener against Los Angeles. So let's get to that point right now. Opening day does go a lot better this year. We pick up a 6-4 win over the Texas Rangers on opening day. Mountcastle and RBI, Murakami with a couple, Clement, Nacho Alvarez Jr., Dylan Beavers, a much, much better start this season. Pitching-wise, 5 2/3, 10 Ks for Bryce Miller. We know he started injured last season. Graham Ashcraft, unfortunately, gave up 3 runs, blew a save, but Morejon gets the win, and Fairbanks the save on opening day. The Gulls are 1-0. So we've made it to our home opener against the LA Angels. We've started off very nicely, 4-2. You can see over here, Murakami, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Ernie Clement has been lighting it up, 2 homers, 9 RBIs to lead the way. Harry Ford is very, very good for us. Our rotation outside of Max Meyer, the first time through, twice through for Bryce Miller, has had a very good start. Pete Fairbanks got a couple of saves, has struggled a little bit. Eric Sabrowski has a little bit of struggles in the bullpen, but it's early on. But we are 4-2. First off, let's review the draft pool and check it out. In terms of the mock draft, we have the number 4 pick. We were supposed to be 7. We are number 4. So that really, really is very useful to us. I do think that we need to look at some this one is very nice. We have 45 overall, 80. There is a nice looking starter there. Another nice looking starter, 44 overall, 80 college. These are a high school arm, a college arm. Eric Roberts is a durable starter, 18-year-old, 40 overall. We've got some very high overalls. This looks to be a very, very good draft class in terms of the pitchers. How about the batters? We got lots and lots of 80 potential guys that will be scouting up. Some pretty decent overalls there as well. A first baseman who's got some very good numbers. Wow, this looks like it could be a legit class. This is a very good class for us to have a high pick. So they've got us right now taking a catcher in Andy Baker, which would not be the worst thing in the world. We could probably get some use out of that. 32 overall, 80 potential high schooler. But I'd love to get one of these starters. What is this here? I don't know what's going on there. Something white. I don't know what's going on there. High schooler. We'll have to see what happens there. In terms of the name, do not know what's going on there. Eric Sundstrom is there, a solid start. So some very, very interesting players. But let's get into our home opener. Ryan Johnson for the Angels. Will Warren for the Gulls. Let's get it going. Ryan Johnson's a righty, so we have our regular righty lineup to get us going. Let's get to Gull Stadium. Let's get this thing going. The home opener for the 2027 season. Leading off for the Angels is going to be George Springer. I didn't know they had George Springer, a free agent pickup. Let's check it out in Gull Stadium. Let's see if we can improve on our 4-2 record that leads the North Division this time after 6 road games. So that is a great start for us. Let's get it going with Will Warren and George Springer. On a 1-0 pitch, George Springer lines. George Springer does what George Springer does. He just homered to lead off the ball game. And the Angels, why do we do this? Every time we do this and get excited now, it's 1-0 Angels. Let's come back against Joe Adell. There's a strikeout for Will Warren. Bringing up Nolan Shanuel on a full count. Ground ball out to second. That will be Javier Sanoa to put it away. And Josh Jung is now the third baseman. Jace Jung is up now for the Angels. He's been picked up from the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken. He drives the ball out to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. And there's a 2-out base runner. Josh Lowe up for the Angels, his second year for the Angels. Dribbler back to the pitcher, over to first, and that is the end of the top of the first. Angels get one on the leadoff home run from George Springer. Brings up Harry Ford to lead it off for the Gulls. And on a 3-1 pitch facing Ryan Johnson, Harry Ford is going to take ball for a leadoff walk. Yes, we have our catcher leading off. Joey Loperfito's up. Going to swing away against the righty 1-0 pitch. And he is going to get hit by the pitch. So we're going to have runners in first and second with nobody out for Ryan Mountcastle. Mountcastle's going to drive the ball out to right field. That is going to hang up and be caught. Do we have a tag? Yes, we have a tag from Ford. He gets third base with 1 out. Bringing up Munetaka Murakami, his home debut for the Gulls. And on a 1-0 pitch, he drives the ball lined to third base. That is going to be the second out and will not score the run, unfortunately. Tough luck there. Bring up Ernie Clement. And on a 1-1 pitch, Ernie pops it out to right field. That is going to be an easy play. And Jo Adell puts it away. And it's the end of the first inning. 1-0 Angels. Top second, Will Warren back on the bump facing Brendan Jones. And that ball is lined out to right field. Well, that will be the first out of the inning as Dylan Beavers puts that ball away. Tyler Stevenson, the catcher now for the Angels, looks like. 2-1 pitch. And he's going to ground ball out to short. Ernie Clement over to first. And that will be the second out. 2 quick outs for Warren now facing Denzer Guzman. The 1-2 count. And Warren is going to get him swinging for his second strikeout of the game. Nacho Alvarez Jr. to kick it off in the bottom of the second for the Gulls. 1-2 count. And Alvarez is going to swing and miss the first strikeout of the game for our Gulls. Nelson Rada up. Had a nice start to the season so far. 273 with 4 ribbies. He drives the ball out to right field, and that will be down for a hit. The first hit of the game for the Gulls. Couple base runners last inning, but no hits. So there's our first one there. Bring up Javier Sanoa. Rada is a potential threat to steal. I'm curious to think, how do we want to play this? We're going to swing away with Sanoa. We already have one out in the inning. Full count pitch. He drives out to right field. Is that ball going to get down? It is not. Jo Adell is going to put it away for the second out of the inning. So now maybe the time to see if we can get Rada into scoring position and try and steal second for Dylan Beavers. He is off with the pitch and is going to steal it. He's now 2 for 2. That's his second steal of the season. Let's see if Dylan Beavers can cash it in. A 1-2 pitch. Drives it up the middle, base hit. Rada over to third, rounding it. Lizzie coming home. Izzy coming home. He is, and he is going to score. Big stolen base. And we have a tie ball game. Big hit for Dylan Beavers. Gets the top of the order for Harry Ford on a full count pitch. He is going to take strike 3 this time, and that will end it. The Gulls tie the game on the hit from Dylan Beavers. Will Warren back out there, top of the third inning, facing Oswald Peraza. He always seems to end up with the Angels in these sims. Drives it out to right field, and that ball is down past Beavers. Looks like it'll be for an extra bases for Peraza. He always seems to do well in these sims, too, for the Angels. Who could ever say? Peraza in the double. Top of the lineup now facing George Springer, being a little more careful of George on a 2-2 pitch after he homered the first time up, and he drives it this time up the middle, also going to drive in another run. So George Springer has put the Angels back on top with an RBI single. Apparently, we're just going to stop pitching to George. Jo Adell up now against Warren, full count, and that is ball 4. This is not looking so good for Warren. Nolan Shanuel now. On a 1-2 pitch, there is a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Now we just need that ground ball double play. See if we can get it from Jace Jung. Swinging at the first pitch, and he lines it out to left field. That is going to be down for a hit. That is going to score another run. Going to be 3-1 Angels. Still only one out here, top of the third. Brings up Josh Lowe on a 1-2 pitch. He drives it out to right field. That one looks playable. It is for Beavers. That will be the second out of the inning. No movement from the runners. Now Brendan Jones on an 0-1 pitch. Again out to left field. This one hangs up for Loperfido. But the Angels get 2 runs and take a 3-1 lead now, bottom 3. Joey Loperfido is going to kick it off, bottom 3, looking to get back in the game here. But he is going to strike out to lead off top of the third. Big guys up now. Ryan Mountcastle on a 1-0 pitch. Drives it out to left field, but that is going to hang up for the second out of the inning. Murakami up now. Always instant offense here. 2-2 pitch to Murakami. And he is going to swing and miss, and that is it for the Gulls in the third. Going to stick with Will Warren here in the fourth. See if we can get through some innings here. Stevenson, 7-8-9 for the Angels. Stevenson grounds it back up the middle. Ernie Clement's going to have that for the first out of the inning. Second guy up is Denzer Guzman on a full count pitch. He is going to strike out. So Will Warren's got 2 quick outs here. And now time for Oswald Peraza. See if we can do anything here. And a ground ball again out to short for Ernie Clement. That is going to do it. Very quick 1, 2, 3 in the top of the fourth. We may look to the bullpen. We will see here for the next round of George Springer. Ernie Clement to lead off the fourth. And swing at the first pitch. Ernie up the middle, but a line out to the shortstop. A quick out there. Hit it hard, but just at him. Nacho Alvarez Jr. is going to ground the ball down to third. That's going to be another quick out. Unfortunately, nothing going for the Gulls here. We bring up Nelson Rada, trying to get things going here with 2 outs, but in an 0-2 pitch, Rada is going to swing and miss for the strikeout. We have Ryan Weathers up in the bullpen. He's ready. We've got 2 righties back-to-back and then a whole bunch of lefties from the Angels. So I'm going to try and pitch to George Springer and Joe Adele here with Will Warren. Full count pitch to George Springer. He's going to line this ball out to left field, but that is going to hang up for Loperfido for the first out of the inning. We're going to try and get through Joe Adele as well here. And another full count pitch, a ground ball down to first, flip to Warren, and that will do it. 2 outs there. I think it's now time to bring in Ryan Weathers, as we have 4 lefties in a row now. So we're going to bring in Weathers as our long man and see if we'll do hold up things for the Angels here. And he gets Nolan Shanuel to strike out to end the inning in the 5th. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Get it Javier Sanoa, see if he can get it going on an 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, or pop-up, popped it up down to third base, and that's going to be put away for the first out of the inning. There's nothing going here yet for the Gulls. Dylan Beavers has an RBI single, his first time up. See if he can get it going here. First pitch of his at bat. That ball is grounded out to second. That's going to be the second out of the inning. We head back to the top of the lineup, see if Harry Ford can get us going on a 2-1 pitch. And Ford is also going to ground weakly back to the pitcher. That's a very weak inning for the Gulls. Ryan Weathers back out for the top of the 6th, facing Jace Jung. Got a bunch of lefties, as we mentioned, in a row. See what he can do here. Make quick work. That ball is blasted by Jung out to right center and is gone on a 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be 4-1 Angels. Let's put in the lefty to face the lefty just to give up bombs. That seems the way that's working. Weathers now to Josh Lowe. Let's see if we can get some length out of our long man at least. And that ball is out to center field and is down for a hit. So back-to-back hits against the lefty. Not working out. Let's get Brendan Jones here. Full count. Ground ball down to second. The flip is going to go to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Unable to get the double play. Just not hit hard enough. Tyler Stevenson now to face Ryan Weathers with 1 out. Ground ball up the middle. Ernie Clement's going to pick up and throw him out for the second out of the inning, moving the runner to third, but we got the 2 outs now. And Denzer Guzman now for the Angels is going to swing and miss. We're going to get no more damage, just the 1 run. 4-1 Angels heading bottom 6, where Joey Loperfido is going to lead it off with, unfortunately, a strikeout. Brings up Ryan Mountcastle on a 2-2 pitch. And Mountcastle is going to swing and miss. Another strikeout for the Gulls. How about Murakami? Any instant offense here? A 1-2 pitch. And we have another strikeout by Murakami. Top 7, 4-1 Angels. Brings up Oswald Peraza. 1-2 pitch. He's going to get a fly ball out to center field. Nelson Rada is going to put that away for the first out of the inning. George Springer now to face a lefty this time. And he's going to swing and miss. There we have our second out. And now Joe Adele to face Weathers, also on a full count pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Clement has it again, and there is the third out. It's stretch time. Angels 4, Gulls 1. Let's see if the Gulls can get it back going here with Ernie Clement to lead it off against Ryan Johnson, who's got 8 Ks already. 1-0 pitch for Ernie Clement, and he is going to line the ball up the middle. Base hit. There we go. Ernie gets it going for the Gulls. Leadoff single here in the top of the 7th. Going to get Nacho Alvarez, see what he can do here. 3-1 pitch, and he's going to fly this one out to center field. Just missed his pitch for the first out of the inning. Time for Nelson Rada. See what he can do on a 1-2 pitch. And Nelson Rada is going to single up the middle. There it goes. Clement moves to second, and he will hold up there. First and second. Tying run is at the plate in the form of Javier Sanoa. Not much pop there for Sanoa. We'll see if potentially there is a substitution we can make. We don't really have a good play here in terms of pinch hitter, so we're going to let Sanoa go for it on an 0-1 pitch. Maybe he can keep things going here. They've actually brought in Julian Fernandez. That ball's lined again, but at the second baseman for the second out of the inning. Another hard hit ball that just doesn't find a hole for us. Dylan Beavers now to face the righty Fernandez. Full count pitch, runners on the move. And that is ball 4 to load the bases for Harry Ford. Giving us the chance here to the top of the lineup. First pitch swinging for Harry Ford. He's going to drive this ball out to left field. Going. Oh, and a diving catch that is made by Josh Lowe for the third out of the inning. The Gulls gave it a run, but it's still Angels leading by 3, hitting top 8. We're going to leave Ryan Weathers in, try to get through one more inning again with all those lefties. Let's see what we can do. Starting off with Nolan Schanuel on a 2-1 count, and that looks like a fly ball out to right. That will be the first out of the inning. A little scary there at first, but we have the first out. Jace Jung now, 1-2 pitch. Homered off of Weathers last time, but this time Weathers gets him with the strikeout. And up for Josh Lowe on an 0-1 pitch. And he is going to ground the ball down to third. Oh, bobbled by Alvarez. That is going to put a runner on. No throw there. Brings up Brendan Jones to face Weathers on a 1-0 pitch. That ball is grounded this time to Sanoa over to first. That will get us out of the inning. The error does not hurt. 4-1 heading bottom 8. Joey Loperfino to get it going. Facing Fernandez still on 1-0 pitch. That's a fly ball to center field. That is going to be the first out of the inning. How about Ryan Mountcastle? Can he get in and going here? He's going to drive the ball. That is going to find the right center field gap. Looks like it's going to be extra bases for Mountcastle. A 1-out double here in the bottom of the 8th. See what Murakami can do here. And he is going to ground the ball back up to the shortstop. That is going to be the second out of the inning. No dice here yet from Murakami. How about Ernie Clement with 2 outs here now facing Jose Soriano? And that is going to be ball 4. Going to put runners on the corners. And it's again, tying run is at the plate. It's in the form of Nacho Alvarez Jr. on a 1-1 pitch. Alvarez is going to pop it up out to second base, and that is going to be put away. Again, just no hits with runners in scoring position for the Gulls. Weathers is tiring, so we're going to bring Ashcraft in here to face the bottom of the order. First up, Tyler Stevenson for the Angels on a 3-1 pitch, and that is driven out to left, but is caught by Loperfido. Stevenson gave a ride, but Loperfido ran it down. How about Denzer Guzman now? And he is going to drive the ball out to center field. That is going to be put away by Nelson Rada. And lastly, Oswald Peraza, full count, maybe lastly. And that girl is grounded on the third. Alvarez has this one, and it's put away with ease. The 1-2-3 top of the 9th for Ashcraft. See what the Gulls can do to rally here. Caden Dana is the closer, looks like, in for the Angels. We're going to send out Nelson Rada to get it going here on a full count pitch. And Caden Dana is going to walk Nelson Rada to lead off the inning, bringing up Javier Sanoa. Again, we're going to keep going with Sanoa here. Another full count pitch for Dana, facing Sanoa. And this one is also ball 4. Back-to-back walks, bringing the tying run to the plate once again. And this time from Dylan Beavers. See what he's going to do here, a 2-2 pitch. And Dylan Beavers is going to fly the ball out to right field. It's going to be caught actually by the second baseman on an infield fly. Still no big hits with runners in scoring position for the Gulls. Brings up Harry Ford. See if he can do it this time. Had a big hit taken away last time. He's going to line the ball up the middle, down for a hit. And that is going to load the bases. Joey Loperfido up with the bases loaded with a chance. Full count pitch from Caden Dana. And it is a ground ball down to second. Throw home. Interesting. Rada is out at the plate, And Loperfield does make it in first. So no run scores. What an interesting play there. Base is still loaded now with 2 outs, bringing up Ryan Mountcastle. 1-2 pitch here now to Mountcastle, and he is going to pop the ball up to the shortstop, and that is going to do it. The Gulls threaten in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, but just cannot get it done. That is going to do it for their home opener. The Angels are going to take it 4-1. So there you have it. We are into season 2. First time we had 2 5-star plays. The Angels, very nice. We are going to continue on season 2. Next video is likely going to be the draft and trade deadline and see where we're at here. We have had a nice start to season 2, 4-3 for the Gulls. See if we can get things going back on track here. And I greatly appreciate all your guys' support. I hope you're loving these videos. If you are, make sure you like, share, and comment down below. Share these videos out with all your baseball friends. As always, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate all your guys' support. And until next time, take care, everyone.